Hey everybody, welcome back to the Slasher Uprising channel, the home of the slasher movie. This is going to be episode number 60 of my slasher movie archives. In this video I will be giving my review for Cheerleader Camp, also known as Bloody Pom Poms, released in 1988. Give me a K, give me an I, give me an L, give me an L. Okay, so getting into the plot for this one. Every year, the finalists for the Miss Cheerleader USA contest travel to a secluded camp. For some, it will be the crowning achievement of their lives. Nerves are on edge, jealousies are exposed, and hatreds explode. This year, something evil has come over the contestants, the instructors, the judges, and the hired help. Something is about to make them all victims of bloody pom-poms. Finally, something to die for. Okay, so getting into my thoughts for this one. Cheerleader Camp is a mixture of comedy, horror, and a little bit of relationship drama thrown into the mix for good measure. The humor is a little hit and miss for me, but at times I did find some of the scenes to be quite funny. Basically, what we have here is a cheerleader camp that goes by the name of Camp Hoorah, and it's the site where a yearly cheer competition is held. It's the Miss Cheerleader USA contest. It's a secluded location where a psycho killer is slaughtering high school cheerleaders on the eve of the all-state finals. So we have teen characters being played by mid to late 20-something actors. So there's nothing new there. It's nothing that hurts the movie for me. It's just something that was obvious, and I thought it was a detail that was worth pointing out. Now, I'm not a professional judge on such things, but some of the cheer routines in this movie were absolutely terrible. One in particular featured some really bad rapping. It's so ridiculous, you just had to see it to believe it.
Now get ready to hear our cheer, cause we're the best team you see this year.
We do see a few of the other cheer routines performed by some of the other cheer squads. There's also a mascot competition, and that just so happens to be the most entertaining in my personal opinion. After the competition is over, a rock band performs as various cheer squad members cut loose and celebrate with some drinks and dancing. The movie score really isn't all that memorable, but it does a decent enough job at building suspense and tension when needed. This Anchor Bay DVD features play movie, chapter selections, and extras that includes commentary, trailers, an alternate title sequence, and still galleries. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the characters we have in Cheerleader Camp. In this one, we follow a cheer squad whose members include Allison, Brent, Corey, Bonnie, Timmy, Pamela, and Teresa. Unfortunately, I can't give you their team name because it's never mentioned within the film. In fact, none of the team names are given in this movie. It's not really all that important because we're not here for the cheers, we're here for the scares. The only thing I can really tell you is that they have an L on their uniforms and they have an alligator as a mascot. The story is centered around Allison, played by Betsy Russell, who horror fans will recognize from the Saw franchise. She's Jigsaw's wife in those movies. Allison is a complex character. She suffers from horrible nightmares that includes being rejected by her parents, who don't seem to be too impressed with her cheer performance during her dream state.
Mom? Dad? Father?
She also has nightmares that are centered around her boyfriend, Brent. She dreams of him being with other girls, including Pamela. During the dream, Brent and Pamela have sex while a crowd of people cheer them on. So Allison has some issues. She does take medication when she starts to feel stressed out. She does have trust issues with her boyfriend Brent, and for good reason, because Brent not only flirts with the other members of their cheer team, but he also flirts with the other girls upon arriving at Camp Hoorah. Now, most of the movie's humor, not all, but most of the humor, comes from Brent and his good buddy Timmy. Timmy is the other male member of this cheer squad. Timmy is a pretty interesting character. He likes to film almost everything. He is often spying on the other girls, and even at one point, he cross-dresses to try to mix in with them. Upon arriving at Camp Hurrah, Timmy decides to moon the onwatching crowd of cheer competitors, and he has the biggest butt crack that I've ever seen in my life. And unfortunately, I can't unsee it now. We also have Corey, who is the team's alligator mascot. She clearly had the best performance during the mascot competition, but was robbed of her victory. Bonnie is the sweet, innocent, and dingy member of the team. Pamela and Teresa are best friends. Pamela isn't shy about going after what she wants, and Teresa worries about her best friend Pamela when she's not around at the start of the cheer competition. And rounding out some of the characters we have in Cheerleader Camp, we also have the creepy, oftentimes perverted caretaker Pop. Pop can often be seen with the hired help guy who works in the kitchen. We also have Miss Tipton, who is in charge of the camp and the cheer competition. Miss Tipton hides the dead body of one of the girls in the freezer. It was believed at the time that the girl committed suicide, so Miss Tipton hides the body in the freezer to keep the cheer competition on track. It seems like Miss Tipton is going to be in trouble with the local sheriff, but it turns out that the local sheriff is a bit of a pervert himself, and Miss Tipton easily wins him over with some playful foreplay. Overall, I enjoyed these characters for the most part. I had fun following them through the storyline. The acting is a little hit and miss in this one, but I never have high expectations because I know with slasher movies it's never going to be perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the most important part of a slasher movie, that is the killer and the kills. Unfortunately, I really can't say a lot about the killer in this one. The movie does a great job of hiding the identity of the killer all the way up to the ending reveal. So the movie sets up a solid mystery. It does a great job of setting up misdirection to throw you off and keep you guessing who's doing the killing. The ending sequence to this movie is absolutely ridiculous, but it was a lot of fun to see it as it would unfold. So I really do like the ending reveal when we find out who the killer is and why they are killing. Half of this movie feels like a teen comedy that moves into a serious slasher movie, and then we get that really wacky ending as the police drive away. For me personally, I wish we could have gotten more time with the killer, and I don't mean knowing the killer's identity. I'm just thinking there's a lot of neat mascot costumes in this movie, and a lot of different cheerleader outfits in this movie. They could have incorporated some humor into the kills and filmed the killer in a way that continues to hide their identity. That way, you still get that surprise reveal at the end, and you continue to mix in a little humor along the way. To me, it would have been a little more consistent with the rest of the movie. But hey, that's just me thinking out loud. And as far as the kills go, the movie has a pretty generous body count with around 8 or 9 kills. It just takes a long time before the kills get going, but I feel like the payoff is there because we are treated to some pretty decent kills. A person gets a meat cleaver to the back, another person gets their head smashed with a bear trap. That one was pretty gruesome, but my personal favorite is the hedge clipper kill. And that's just to name a few. It takes a while to get there, but when the kills get going, there's a pretty steady flow for the rest of the way. Overall, I had a lot of fun with Cheerleader Camp this time around. I have seen this movie a few times over the years, but I guess this time around I came into this movie with the right mindset. I was ready for it, I guess you could say, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's a little on the sleazy side, there's some nudity, but it doesn't push it too far. The kills are a lot of fun, the ending reveal was fun, and I had a few good laughs. IMDb give Cheerleader Camp a 4.7 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Remember, evil never dies, it rests a while. It watches, it waits. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the Slasher Uprising channel, the home of the slasher movie. Tune in each and every Saturday night for a new video as evil takes back the night. Be sure to comment below and let me know if you have seen Cheerleader Camp, or just let me know what you think of the video. And as always, I'd like to thank you all for watching.